Before you keep scrolling, I need you to hear this. Right now, in this moment, your mother is inside your body. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, literally. Her cells are living in your brain. Her DNA is woven into your tissues. And science just confirmed they may have been there your entire life. Stay with me because what I'm about to show you changes everything about the word estranged. Welcome back to the Sandbox. I'm Lori Arzaga, and today we are going somewhere we've never gone before on this channel. We are going into the laboratory. Because in 2015, a team of pathologists at Leiden University did something that quietly changed the science of human connection forever. They collected tissue samples from 26 women who had all carried sons, and they checked every organ: brain, heart, kidneys, liver, lungs, every single one. And in every single sample, every one, they found cells that did not belong to the mother. They belonged to her children. Here's what that means in plain language. When you were forming inside your mother's body, your cells crossed through the placenta and embedded themselves permanently into her tissues. Not temporarily, permanently. Into her brain, into her heart, into her bones. And her cells did the same inside you. Scientists call this fetal microchimerism.
It's named after the chimera, the mythological creature that was part lion, part goat, part dragon, one being made of more than one nature, because that's what you are. Part of you is made of her. Now here's the number that stopped me completely. We are each composed of approximately 30 trillion cells. A 2025 study published in the journal Immunity confirmed approximately 1 in every million cells in our bodies is of maternal origin. You do that math, that's millions of your mother's cells functioning, active, present inside you today, right now, as you watch this. That is not a metaphor. That is peer-reviewed biology. Your mother isn't just in your memories. She isn't just in the way you laugh, or the foods that comfort you, or the phrases that slip out of your mouth when you're not thinking. She is physically present inside you. In the SoulOS framework, we don't call that coincidence. We call it source code. And here's what I need you to understand about source code. You can change the interface. You can update the display. You can suspend the application, but you cannot delete the source code. It runs in the background whether you open it or not.
I want to get personal with you right now. I have 5 children, 2 from my second marriage who are in my life, and they are my joy, and 3 sons from my first marriage who don't speak to me. No explanation that closes anything, no conversation that gave us peace, just silence. If you've ever experienced that kind of silence, whether you're the mother or the child, you know that it doesn't feel like distance. It feels like a piece of you went offline. And yet, there are moments at 2 a.m., in the middle of a quiet afternoon, sometimes in the middle of a prayer I didn't plan to start, where I just know. I know when one of my sons is going through something hard. I feel it before I ever get confirmation. I used to think I was just a mother who loved too deeply, too attached, too unwilling to let go. But the science says I'm not imagining it, because his cells are in my brain and my cells are in his.
We are quite literally woven into each other at the biological level. You can go no contact with a phone number. You can go no contact with an address. You cannot go no contact with your own source code. And that's not a reason to feel guilty. That's a reason to get curious. In the SoulOS framework, we always diagnose before we prescribe. Thoughtful. So let me give you the honest diagnostic. When estrangement happens between a mother and her child, the SoulOS doesn't read it as a deletion. It reads it as a crash. There is a difference. When your phone crashes, the apps are still there. The data is still there. The programming is intact. The interface stopped responding, and most crashes don't happen because the system is defective. They happen because it got overloaded. Too much unprocessed data, too many background programs running, errors that compounded over time with no patch in sight. Curious, sound familiar? Most estrangements aren't about hate, they're about overload. The child ran out of capacity to process. The mother was running on patterns she downloaded from her mother, who downloaded them from hers. Both sides operating on legacy code that nobody stopped to audit.
But here is what I need to say to every adult child watching this who is also a parent right now. Because this is the part nobody talks about. You are trying to build a new family, a new system, and I see you working so hard to get it right, to give your children what you felt you didn't have, to be present in ways that weren't modeled for you. I see that, and I honor it.
But here is the SoulOS truth you need to hear. If you haven't addressed the mother error in your own code, you are running a background process that is quietly draining your battery. When the original mother-child connection goes unrepaired, that unresolved code doesn't disappear. It migrates. It shows up in how quickly you shut down in conflict with your partner. It shows up in the defensive firewall you put up when someone tries to get close. It shows up in the moments when your own child reaches for you and something in you, something you can't quite name, flinches. That is not a character flaw. That is legacy interference. Think about it this way. If you have a child right now, a newborn, a toddler, a teenager, right now your cells are being deposited into their body. The microchimerism science works forward to, you are becoming source code in them. The patterns you're running today, the openness or the shutdown, the connection or the silence, are being written into their biology. You are not just deciding what kind of son or daughter you want to be. You are deciding what kind of parent you want to be. And the most powerful upgrade you can give your child is watching their parent choose to reconnect. You don't have to rebuild a whole relationship this Sunday, but don't let your unresolved legacy code become the first program your child downloads. Don't let them inherit the silence. Give them a different source code. Give them a parent who knows how to reboot. Because here's what I know from both sides of this equation. As the mother who waits, and as a woman who has done deep work on her own mother wound. The silence is heavier than the call. The distance costs more than the reach, not just for you, for your children.
So here is the upgrade. I am not here to tell you that every estrangement should end the same way. I'm not here to erase the reality of what you went through. Some connections carry deep wounds, real ones, and healing those wounds requires real work, not just a text message on a Sunday. But I need you to understand the difference between two things, a restore and a reboot. A restore goes all the way back to factory settings, back to the relationship as it was, the original patterns, the original pain. A reboot simply says, let the system come back online. That's it. It doesn't have to be a full conversation. It doesn't have to be a resolution. It can be one signal, a text, a voice memo, a card left on a doorstep, something that says, I know you're carrying my cells. I know I'm carrying yours. And on this one Sunday, I'm acknowledging the source code. That's a reboot. Not a promise to rebuild everything overnight.
Not a performance of forgiveness you haven't reached yet, just a signal. And for the mothers watching this who are waiting for that signal, your children are not broken. They are not defective. They are running on code they inherited. Some of it from you, some of it from circumstances neither of you fully controlled. The crash wasn't the end of the program. It was the system asking for a patch. Stay online. Keep the signal open because somewhere, right now, your child is watching a video like this one and something in their biology is already responding.
This Sunday is Mother's Day, and I want to speak directly to the adult children watching this because that's who this video was really made for. If your mother is still alive, whatever the distance has been, whatever the story is, whatever happened that neither of you has been able to name yet, you have an opportunity this Sunday that you will not always have. Mothers don't live forever, and the cells she left in you, they stay. Scientists have found maternal microchimeric cells in children decades after the mother's death. She becomes a permanent part of your biological history long after she is gone. So before that history is all you have left, reach out, not to fix everything, not to perform forgiveness you haven't reached, just to acknowledge the source code. One text, "Hey, thinking of you today." That's a reboot signal. That's a frequency shift. And I promise you, from someone who knows what it is to wait for that message, it will mean everything. I have a son, my firstborn. He recently had a daughter of his own, my granddaughter, a baby I have not held. And when I think about that little girl, when I think about her growing up, I don't feel anger. I feel hope because she is made of him and he is made of me, which means in the most literal, biological sense possible, she carries a piece of me too, a connection she doesn't even know exists yet. And someday, I believe, that code is going to call us back to each other. To my sons, if you ever find this video, I feel you. I always have, even from a distance, because you are in me and I am in you. That's not something I decided. It's something we were coded with. And that code, it never expires. I'll always be here. Welcome to the sandbox. If something shifted in you while you watched this, that shift is your system running a diagnostic. Don't ignore it. The Self-Recode Journal is your 29-day system upgrade. Prayers, meditations, affirmations, and reflection prompts built specifically for this kind of inner work. The work of recoding the patterns you inherited, of breaking the legacy interference before it passes to the next generation. The link is in the description. It's on Amazon right now. If you're a mother watching this, share this video. Not as a guilt trip, as a signal. Just send it. And if you're new here, welcome to the sandbox. I'm Lori Arzaga, and this is SoulOS. We don't fix people here. We upgrade the code. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next recode. You are not broken. You were never broken. You are, quite literally, built from something that never breaks.